Dear audience, thank you for listening and those who gave personal feedback. I received many messages saying my social media posts and the podcast is truly inspirational and gives motivation. Above all, it is authentic self-experiences. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn. You can connect with my journey. In this episode, I'll share about separation and why it is an illusion. The illusion of separation is what continues to keep us away from our authentic self and experiencing the oneness. Separation is the root of all evil. The chaos we see in society today reflects the chaos within us. If we wish to heal society, we need to heal ourselves. Our society and the people within it operate on a worldview that is based on separation. The separation between mind and body, seen and unseen, physical and non-physical, is the root of all evil. Separation and inequality still exists in the name of caste, culture, faith, and religion. Even as a teenager, I wanted to understand why. When I dared ask the question as a kid, I was told it's God's will, or it's because they did evil in a previous life. But driven by my curiosity and already beginning to think independently, I simply couldn't accept these vague answers. And so began a quest for understanding, a journey towards the truth. In my teenage years, I invested a lot of time trying to understand faith and religion. I studied Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Jainism, and other mainstream faiths. The more I read, the more I learned, the more I started to realize that all faiths and religions are simply different paths towards a single truth. Not only did I read as many texts as I could get my hands on, but I was lucky to connect with others who helped me on my way. Separation exists mainly with what we identify with. Our intellect, which is buddhi, gets identified with something and you function within the world of that identity. Whatever you are identified with, all your thoughts and emotions spring from that identity. If you don't restrict your intellect with any identifications such as body, gender, family, qualifications, society, race, creed, community, and nation, then you travel naturally towards your ultimate nature. I want to share a few laws of universe which can explain about gender identity and oneness. Majority of us identify with gender and physicality and feel divisive, inferior or superior, good or bad by comparison. From the universal law of gender, we learn about masculine and feminine energies. These energies are not based on physicality, but we all carry both. Because of the way we are raised in our societies, most individuals are never able to balance these energies. Universal law of gender says everything has its masculine yang and feminine yin principles and are the basis for all creation. The spiritual initiate must balance the yang and yin energies within herself or himself to become a master. Gender is not limited to physical appearance. This is the law that governs creation and in its simplest understanding states that everything in nature is both male and female. Both are required equally in order for life to exist. No one is greater or lesser than the other, and both sides are inhabited within each individual, irrespective of whether or not one is male or female. The law of oneness says everything is connected. Universal law of oneness is that we live in a world where everything is connected to everything else. Everything we do, we say, we think, and believe affects others and the universe around us. Energy is everything at all once, and it flows through everything, living or inanimate. We'll see our own reflection in the people and things around us. It means that the more good we think about others, the better comes back to us and become us. A limited identity that we impose upon ourselves is what sets us up as me versus the others. It is in this space of division and separation that all the negativity is born. When you ask another human being, "Who are you?" the answer usually something they have identified with: a name, title, ethnicity, country, status, power, etc. Not many would know the true answer. We live in a society and a world where most of us aren't guided to a deeper understanding of who I am. Our strong attachment to worldly things, the way we use them to create our identity, can make it difficult to reach an understanding of the true self. Hence, we live in a world of separation. In other words, by ruling out the things we strongly identify ourselves with, like our name, title, position, power, money, family, religion, caste, creed, race, ideology, city, country, sports team, and so on, we'll get closer to our true self or oneness. The greatest illusion in this world is the illusion of separation. In one moment, you perceive one image as ugly, and in another view, you may see same image as good. Look again through different eyes, and you'll see a beautiful image. We may readily see this separation or divisiveness, but then we can marvel at the view of the earth from the moon, seeing a breathtaking, beautiful, blue-green floating earth as oneness. We're all connected through the common thread that is our universal consciousness. However, we don't always naturally feel this interconnection in our day-to-day life, mainly due to the illusion of separation. We live in our own reality where everything appears separate, especially with our physical appearances. But beneath our physical body, emotions, thoughts, lie our consciousness. Since we don't know what others are thinking and their emotions, we assume and act as if consciousness is ours alone, as if consciousness stops at our skin and physical appearances. It is no fault of anyone to think this way, as we all have been conditioned to think this way. The illusion of separation has an impact on our lives in this physical world or day-to-day reality, which leads to how we think and act with others and ourselves. We're all one. There is no separation. Separation is an illusion of the dualistic mind, where our mind is conditioned to choose between two sides. When we are afraid of our true nature, we cling on to labels, false identification, and standards to feel certainty and belonging. We're endlessly caught in the cycle of the illusion and separation with what we identify with. From childhood, We're taught that the world is divided into sides, into likes and dislikes, into good and bad, into self and other. This influences the way we see the world. But separation is an illusion. One great example is the Sahara and the Amazon appear to us so distant, so different, that they might as well inhabit separate worlds, and yet they're connected. Every year, millions of tons of nutrient-rich Saharan dust cross the Atlantic Ocean, bringing vital phosphorus and other fertilizers to depleted Amazon soils. So it is with humanity. A flower blossoms with sunshine, earth, gardener, water, and so on. Yet, you see only beautiful flower and not other elements which contributed for the flower to blossom. We are far more connected to everything in the cosmos than we could possibly imagine. And there is hope in that connection. In this episode, I focused on separation and identity in search of the truth. In my next episode, I'll share about inequality and why we are brought up to be biased. Thank you for listening to my podcast, Conscious Living. Experience the joy within you. Please check out my book, The True Self. Unlock the chaos in you. It is a timeless journey of teachings from across history and all cultures. A personal journey through universal wisdom. The book is available on Amazon in majority of the countries across the globe. Please subscribe to my podcast, Conscious Living, at Spotify for my next episode. Take care of yourself.